Bowls buddies, hello, welcome to another AC, that's me, Talking Bowls. Thank you so much for joining me. It's always an honour and may I say a privilege to entertain you guys for however long this video is going to last. Who knows? Firstly, thanks for joining me. Remember guys, if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. I noticed there's somebody that keeps disliking it, but never mind, it's only one. And if you're not already a Bowls buddy and a member of this wonderful community, please hit the subscribe button. It's absolutely free of charge, and please hit the notification bell for notifications of new content on the channel. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, I've got to start today's episode on a sad note. Many of you will have known this bowler, and I knew him for over 20 years. A young man called Anthony O'Neill from Liverpool unfortunately passed away on the 13th of December after a battle with illness, and sadly just passed away 3 days short of his 38th birthday. Now, I've known Ant since he was a young lad, always a good player. We used to call him John Joe O'Neill, the jockey, so that was his nickname, John Joe. And I remember him playing Brian Duncan on the Richmond in a Premier League game, and I'm sure it was 21-20, it was a fantastic game. Ant had his demons like a lot of us have, and it set him back a bit, I know that, but he was a great lad, great player, really good company. I never heard anyone have a bad word about him, or never heard him say a bad word about anyone either. He was always good company. So really sad news, and my condolences and heartfelt sorrow goes out to Ant's friends and family. Very sad news. So yeah, just needed to mention that before we started. Last weekend I said I was going to go out to the Griffin and watch some bowling and hopefully video some. I got up, I looked out the window and it was horrible, so I didn't go. I stayed in and watched football and watched Burnley beat Arsenal, which is always good. But no, I didn't go. Apparently conditions were quite bad over there, and I don't fancy the journey over the Pennines when it's like that. Gareth Gwilym was the winner. Now, I could be wrong, but I think he's only played in 2 16s and he's won them both, which for somebody who hasn't been a member at the Griffin for very long is an amazing achievement. And I think he won 21-9 or 7, one of those, against Paul Ingleby, who's been playing at the Griffin for what, 500 years or so. But if it was wet and heavy, that's Gareth's go, and he loves it. He can reach the moon and back. So well done, Gareth. Hopefully I'll get the chance to play you at some point on there, and I'll hopefully lead you a merry dance. Who knows? Might be the other way around, eh? So that was I'm there on Sunday. Hopefully I remember the camera. I'll do as much filming as I can. Again, a lot depends on the weather. If it's raining and it's really horrible, I can't really get the camera wet. Otherwise, that's another 350 quid I'll have to find from somewhere. So that ain't gonna happen. But I'll try my best to get some footage and maybe the odd interview. I wonder who's there. There's always somebody interesting at the Griffin. So what am I going to talk about this week? Well, there hasn't a lot gone on really. I did notice Steve Davis put an article out on his Bowls Observer website regarding British Crown Green, and apparently Mark Berkhamshaw has put out a statement about the last year and what's gone on and what they've been doing, etc, setting out really what British Crown Green do, what they've actually done this year, a few plans for 2021, and it made interesting reading. And I thought, well, I'll have a look at the statement. So I went to the British Crown Green website, and it's not there. There's no statement there. And then I reread Steve's article, and it said that the statement's been sent out to all county secretaries to send on to leagues, who will then send on to clubs, who will then send on to members of the clubs, I guess. So that's quite a lot of stages in the cascading of information. I would have thought that the statement would have been on the website, you know, there. And in this modern day and age, and British Crown Green have a Facebook presence and a Twitter presence, and you can do lots of things now with technology. Maybe a video to have gone alongside it so that people could put names, faces to names, because I know Mark Berkhamshaw and I know what he looks like, but do 90% of bowlers know what the CEO of British Crown Green looks like? I'd probably doubt it. So that, I think that would have been a nice personal touch. Or if Mark's, you know, not up on doing videos and stuff, I'm sure somebody could have done a video, a little, just, you know, I just think it's a lot easier than reading. Somebody talking to you, it's a bit nicer. And there were some interesting things on Steve's article, so I'm looking forward to reading the full statement and what have you, and some of the things were very interesting in what they're planning on doing. They're rejoining the Bowls Development Alliance after pulling out of it, I think 3 years ago, to save some money. And now they're going back in, and they're hopefully joining a coaching thing, and lots of things that really, and I've said it before, don't affect 99% of Crown Green bowlers one little bit. I think there was two interesting things, really interesting things. One was they're trying to get bowls onto the curriculum in Lancashire schools. Now I'm assuming for PE. And I have my own thoughts about bowls in school. I don't think it goes well, and I'll give you the reasons why. You may know I've worked in a school since 2009, doing all sorts of jobs. I'm currently doing my teacher training, so this, you know, next 6 months I'll finish that off and I'll be a newly qualified teacher. The problem with bowls in school is, the main one, schools don't have a bowling green, and as soon as you start taking kids off site, there's problems, there's issues with safeguarding, with safety. Now the school I worked at, we were very lucky. Gaghills was literally 2 minutes down the road. It was, I don't know, 500 yards away, and I ran an enrichment course for the lower sixth, 6 weeks long. Started middle of September, and thankfully Phil Worrell at Gaghills kept the green open for me, and I had, I think, 15 sixth form kids playing bowls, and most of them were there just to have a doss, and it was the easiest thing to do, and some of them got something out of it, but nobody carried on, and you know, it was all very good, ticked a lot of boxes. So apart from not having a green, you've then got the time of year. That first term up until October half term is probably the only time you can realistically get any Crown Green bowls into the school calendar. Once you get to Easter time, schools are thinking about exams and coursework and trips and all sorts of things that take up the timetable. And really the time of year when you'd want to bowl, maybe May, June time, that is exam time. That's all that's going on. Even lower school kids are doing their Key Stage 3 exams, end of year exams, and they don't want to be, they're unable to go out. And then you've also got, well, how long are lessons? Lessons generally are about an hour. If you've got to take kids and go somewhere and then walk back again and get changed and do all of, how long are you going to get on a bowling green? That's my concern with it. Fitting it into the school timetable, fitting it into the curriculum, and where do you go to do the bowling? Who's going to do the training? Obviously, they need teachers there. They need teachers to look after the kids. They can't leave them alone with people who's doing the coaching. Who are the coaches? How many coaches have we got? I like the idea. Don't get me wrong. Please, I'm not trying to come up with barriers. I'm just trying to be realistic as somebody with experience of working in schools, how hard it is to get kids out of school to a bowling green to do anything worthwhile. You need a few hours, don't you? You need like a morning or an afternoon. An hour here and there is no good. So I think there's a lot of things that they need to overcome. Are we going to aim it at key stage 3 ages, so years 7, 8, 9? Is it going to be GCSE? You know, you can pick a sport at GCSE usually, but that depends on the school. So schools will offer certain sports and they'll offer support for them. Hopefully bowls could be one of those, and I think 10s and 11s are more likely to take it seriously and get something out of it than the 7, 8, 9s. But without a bowling green on site or within walking distance, you're up against it. Flat green bowls, you could get a carpet, you could roll it out in the sports hall, you could play, it's job done. There's so many more advantages over us. But hand on heart, I hope that they do manage to go ahead with that and get something sorted. The other thing that leapt out, and it leapt out a lot of people on Facebook, was the announcement of a membership scheme. Now, British Crown Green have struggled for years to know just who's playing bowls, and they've managed eventually to go into partnership with a company called Go Membership. A lot of national bodies use them basically as a database to help administrate the membership of the association. So there's things like the who did I see? The British Dragon Boat Association, and the Welsh Canoeing Association. Some associations like that, not massive ones, but ones like British Crown Green, that sort of size. And it's basically a database, and they've been spending the last however long inputting everyone's details, cross-referencing so people aren't in twice, and they've got about 70,000 of the 80,000 people in, and they're just double-checking everything. So that's brilliant. Absolutely, we're almost in the 21st century with that, and that gives them opportunities to do lots of things. They can go to companies and say, look, we have these 80,000 people, and we've got 80% men, 20% women. These are the age groups. These are the locations. Are you interested in sponsoring? Could you get something out of our game? So I can see the positives in it. They announced a membership scheme which would cost members £7. Now, I thought, wow, when did that get passed at the AGM? I don't remember that. That would have been... And then I'm thinking, that's fantastic. 80,000 bowlers, £7 a time, £560,000 a year. That's brilliant. With that sort of money, you can really revitalise the game. You can have professional administrators in charge of the game. You can pay them proper wages to do a proper full-time job. Maybe get a headquarters. Mine's racing. I'm thinking, fantastic. I don't remember that getting passed though. And then I read on, and it's not really a membership scheme. You can join, don't have to. It's optional, and for your £7 you'll get a login to this Go membership thing. And all I can gather, from what I can gather, is all you get is discounts on your shopping if you shop at certain places. I can't see there being a big uptake for it personally, but it's a start. I like the way that I like the way that's going. Now, for me, as a bowler, all I want from my governing body is some direction and a plan. Now, I don't think anyone would quibble over maybe a £2 membership or a £5 membership. So £2 160 grand a year, £5 400 grand a year. There's a lot of money for not a lot of layout by members. Now all I think it needs is the governing body to come up with a 5 or 10 year plan and say, right, we want a membership scheme, and for £5 this is what you're going to get, this is what we're going to give you, and this will enable us to do X, Y, Z in the first 5 years, then ABC in the next 5 years, and so on and so forth. And I think that would be acceptable by most people, by most Crown Green bowlers, if they just said, right, we need this money because we want to introduce this to schools, we want to pay coaches to go into schools, we want to advertise this, we want to promote that, we want to put money into saving greens that are closing. I don't think many grassroots bowlers would complain if it was laid out. If we've all got a membership of this Go membership, which we have, even though we've not paid extra, you can pay the £7 extra for your discount, we're all life members, we can all provide an email address. Most, I would say 99% of people have email addresses, and we will be able to receive correspondence directly. That sounds brilliant to me. Rather than this, like the statement, it goes to the county secretaries, it then goes to the leagues, it goes to the club. Send it straight to the members. That's what we want. We want to know what's going on. I think there's an opportunity. I think with COVID and everything, I think there's a desire from those that are still wanting to bowl to move the game forward. I think people have really missed it, and it's an opportunity now. I know there's probably not going to be an AGM in 2021, or if there is, it's going to be, well, I don't know, I'd dread to think how they would do it, having all those people with all the 4 votes, 4 and 5 votes against and 3 abstentions and all that. But wouldn't it be great if there was a plan there? We're introducing a membership scheme. In fact, why don't we start again? Why don't we say, right, let's have a new British Crown Green Bowling Association, and let's start again, let's do it right, let's have a membership fee, this is how we're going to spend your money, this is what we're wanting to do. I think it'd pass. I think it'd get through, and it might have to be £2 to start with, or £3 or whatever, but that would give us a considerable amount of money as an association to move the game on, and that is what is needed at the minute. It's no good giving grants for £100, solicitors £100 to help with green closures. That's not what it needs. It needs more than that, and as a game we have to stick together now. That's my thoughts. That was my thoughts from reading it. It's almost sort of a bit half-hearted. We'll have this £7 membership and we'll give you something. But sorry, camera ran out there. Just had to change the battery. So that were my thoughts on the article about the statement. I haven't actually seen the statement. I don't know if anyone has yet. But that was my views. Don't know if you agree, disagree. If you do, please comment. If you don't, please comment. Just comment, and I'll go through them on Friday. Before we go, last couple of things. One, an appeal to you. If you've got any videos at all, or any memorabilia that you thinking of throwing away, or you want me to have a look at, or whatever, videos especially, please get in touch. I'm happy to pay for postage. I'll look after them with my life, and I'll copy them and send them back, send you a DVD copy as well. So if you have any videos or any memorabilia or anything you think I might be interested in, and you're thinking of getting rid of, or you know, is just sitting in the loft and might just sit there forever, please get in touch. And if you've got a spare 20 minutes or so, you could do a lot worse than having a look at my daughter's YouTube channel. She's an excellent songstress. She writes her own songs and sings and plays the ukulele and piano and does all the editing and all that. I'm a bit biased, I think she's really good, but she's only got about 20 subscribers, so I'd really appreciate it if you could just have a look for 10 minutes, 20 minutes. If you like them, please like the videos and hit the subscribe button. It won't cost you anything, and you'd make my daughter extremely happy indeed. So guys, I'm going to leave it there. I've waffled on for over 20 minutes. What was I going to say then? Oh yes, hopefully I'll have some footage from the Griffin for next week's show. Friday will be comment corner and we'll have a chat about whatever you've left in the comments. Some interesting ones so far. Remember, if you're going out there and you're doing your shopping, get your mask on. You know, let's stay safe, let's get through to the next season. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll catch you on Friday. See you then. Bye for now.